So, you're taking on the International Baccalaureate. You already know it's a total marathon, not a sprint. In this explainer, we are going to break down a super clear, actionable study plan that's all about helping you lock in one of those top-tier scores. And let's just get this out of the way right now. The IB is tough. It really is. I mean, it's designed that way for a reason. But you know what? Acknowledging that challenge, really understanding it, that's the very first step toward building the kind of next-level strategy you need to conquer it. So, what's the magic number we're shooting for? 43 out of 45. Now, that's not just a score. Think of it as a key that unlocks doors to some of the most prestigious universities in the entire world. It's ambitious, for sure, but with the right system in place, it is absolutely achievable. All right, here's our roadmap. We're going to start by cracking the IB code itself. Then we'll build your strategic blueprint for studying. After that, we'll dive into some smarter study techniques and how to master the exam game before pulling it all together into your personal path to scoring over 40. First up, cracking the IB code. We need to understand why a score like 43 is way more than just a grade. It's basically a signal to universities everywhere that you're an elite performer. Yeah, getting a score up in the 40s puts you in a very, very exclusive club. We're talking about the top 10% of all IB students on the planet. This is the range that those top-tier schools are looking for, because it shows them you can handle a seriously complex and tough workload at the absolute highest level. So how in the world do you actually get a score like that? Well, it doesn't just come from working hard. It comes from working smart. This next part is all about creating that structured system that's going to be the foundation for all of your success. You know, everything really starts with timing. One of the biggest mistakes students make time and time again is waiting until the last minute. Real focused exam prep needs to start at least 6 months out. No kidding. This gives you the runway you need to review everything, practice like crazy, and tweak your strategy without all that stress of cramming. Next up, you've got to focus your energy in a smart way. Your higher level subjects, they're just more demanding, and honestly, they carry more weight for university applications. So you'll want to put about 60% of your study time towards them. But hey, don't sleep on your standard level subjects. Remember, a 7 in SL is worth just as many points as a 7 in HL. Your schedule needs to be your best friend, and it has to be realistic. Use a digital calendar, color-code it, and block out time for everything. Not just studying for subjects, but also the big deadlines for your IAs, your extended essay, and theory of knowledge. And just remember this. 3 to 4 super focused hours every single day is way, way more effective than a panicked 12-hour cram session over the weekend. Consistency is what's going to save you from burnout. Okay, now let's get into the good stuff, the actual techniques that turn your study time into real, high-impact learning. Because it's not about how many hours you put in, it's all about what you do in those hours. Listen up, because this is a total game changer. You have to stop just passively rereading your notes. All that does is create what's called an illusion of knowing. Instead, you need to practice active recall. That means you're constantly forcing your brain to pull out the information. So cover up your notes and try to explain a concept out loud. This is so critical for the IB, where you have this massive volume of information across 6 subjects. Just reading it over and over is totally useless. The act of retrieving information from your memory is what builds those strong, lasting connections in your brain. And you can supercharge that active recall by pairing it with something called spaced repetition. So you review a concept one day after learning it, then maybe 3 days later, then a week after that. In a 2-year program like the IB, this is essential. It makes sure that all those topics from your first year are still fresh in your mind for the final exams. It's like telling your brain, hey, this is important. You need to save it for the long term. So how do you actually maintain that level of intense focus? Easy. It's called the Pomodoro technique. You study with 100% focus. That means phone off, no distractions for 25 minutes. Then you take a 5-minute break to just reset. It's such a simple method, but it's incredible for preventing that mental burnout and making your study sessions super productive. It's perfect for switching between different tasks, like going from math problems to writing an essay. All right, now for the pro-level stuff. These are the activities that truly separate the good students from the great ones. This is all about taking all that hard work you've done and actually translating it into amazing exam performance. If there is one, and I mean one, secret weapon for the IB, it's past papers. Your goal for each subject should be to complete at least 10 to 15 full past papers, and you have to do them under timed, exam-like conditions. I'm telling you, there is simply no better way to prepare. So why are they so incredibly effective? Well, think about it. They train you in every single skill you need. You get familiar with the question styles, you master your timing, you start to see patterns in what topics come up all the time, and, this is a big one, you pinpoint your own weak spots. And of course, you build that crucial confidence you need to perform when the pressure is on. Now, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't answer the question that's actually being asked, you are not going to get the marks. Mastering command terms is totally non-negotiable. Knowing the exact difference between a word like distinguish versus evaluate is the key to giving the examiners precisely what they're looking for. But remember this, just doing the past paper is only half the job. You have to spend just as much time, if not more, analyzing the mark scheme. Seriously. Think of it like a window straight into the examiner's mind. It shows you exactly where the points are awarded and what specific keywords are going to get you those marks. Okay, let's bring it all home. This is your final consolidated action plan. These are the steps you can start taking today, right now, to get yourself on that path to a 40+ score. This is it. This is the entire system right here on one screen. Start 6 months early, give 60% of your time to your HL subjects, use the Pomodoro technique, active recall, and spaced repetition. Absolutely master past papers and their mark schemes, and know your command terms inside and out. Following this blueprint is your most reliable path to success. And finally, please do not forget about your well-being. All the study techniques in the world are completely useless if you're burnt out. Getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising, these are not distractions from your work. They are essential parts of high performance. A healthy body really does enable a sharp mind. After months of following the system, you are going to be prepared. On exam day, the goal isn't to cram or to panic. The goal is to walk in there with confidence and just execute the skills and knowledge that you have practiced so hard. You've got to trust the process. So there you have it, the blueprint for getting a top score in the IB. The plan is right here, and these strategies are proven to work. The only question left is, how are you going to build your success?